from red ball cricket. ODI is the only team that he plays for right now, and the selectors are believed to have informed him that India's plans for the 2027 ODI World Cup lie elsewhere, with the focus now shifting towards a younger generation, a younger core. If the reports are accurate, this isn't a retirement Rohit himself planned, because you see, Rohit wants, and sources suggest that he wants to continue. He's worked extensively on his fitness, and he hoped for one final opportunity to chase the one trophy that still hurts, the 2023 ODI World Cup. It doesn't just hurt him, it hurts the entire multitude. Instead, the message appears to be that Indian cricket has entered transition mode. Players like Yashasvi Jaiswal, they're waiting in the wings, and how long will they keep on waiting? And the selectors believe the time has come to invest in the future rather than extend the past. Yet, what has made this story even bigger is the mixed messaging coming out of the Indian camp. Only days ago, Captain Shubman Gill publicly described Rohit as an integral member of the side. Behind the scenes, however, reports indicate that the selection committee has already decided to move forward. And that uncertainty can weigh on any player. And perhaps that's reflected in Rohit's recent performances as well. We'll flash some of those numbers. This England series hasn't gone according to plan. And over the past several months, the consistency that once defined one of the world's most destructive ODI openers has become harder to find. The selectors appear to believe that this is the right moment to begin India's next ODI cycle. But numbers and what we're flashing on our screens alone rarely tell the full story. This is the captain, just to refresh the memory of our viewers, who led the India to the 2023 World Cup final, playing fearless cricket. The man who lifted the T20 World Cup in 2024, followed it up with the Champions Trophy in 2025, and inspired an aggressive batting philosophy that changed the way India approached one-day cricket. The debate, therefore, is no longer just about the form of the hitman. It's about the age, the planning, and the future. By the time the next ODI World Cup begins, Rohit will be 40 plus. For the selectors, this appears to be about preparing the next generation early rather than making emotional decisions later. But reports also suggest that Rohit isn't ready to close the chapter just yet. So what's going to happen? He reportedly believes he still has enough cricket left, has worked hard on his fitness, and wants the choice of when to walk away to remain his own. So tonight, we've got a credible voice with us on the broadcast. Indian cricket finds itself as one of those uncomfortable crossroads every great sporting nation eventually faces. When does planning for tomorrow outweigh everything a legend has achieved yesterday? Mr. Mahavir Rawat, sports journalist, with us on the broadcast. Many thanks, Mr. Rawat, for taking out the time. It's good to see you back on News 9. What does one make of this? People are saying we're being unfair to the hitman. This is unjust. But on the other hand, they say, how long can you emotionally take some of these calls? And the numbers speak for themselves. So what's your reading? What's your assessment? Is the common man making mountains out of molehills?
Look, I have just two sayings with me, because I am a very big fan of Hollywood movies. So there is a dialogue in The Dark Knight, when they say that either you live long enough, either you die a hero, or you live long enough to become a villain. And then there is Sunil Gavaskar, who said that you should always retire when people say why rather than why not. And right now, what I personally feel for the last 6 months is that that's the one question that's coming out, is that why not Rohit? I mean, and over the past 10 years, I feel that, the way to exit gracefully from cricket field has just gone. I mean, just look at the way one of the greatest players of India has produced Virat Kohli. I mean, he has not even got a test send-off. Even T20 send-off, he was not there. And Ben Stokes, the way they are retiring nowadays, as if you have to literally sack them because they are not ready to go away. And that really pains me as a player, because there was a time when, players used to announce that this is my last series, whether I make 300s in a row or whether make I three ducks, I'm going to retire. So, your family comes, your friends come, the partners in the journey who come here. And now here, the player has to keep justifying that I am fit, let me play, this is a chance. I have a lot of cricket left in me. Trust me, I left playing cricket, professional way long back, but I still feel that as a man, I still feel
Mr. Rawat, do you blame them? Do you blame them? I know the numbers aren't really siding with Rohit Sharma right now, but when he takes the pitch, when he comes and stands on the pitch, when he takes the crease, I mean, you still feel hopeful that this next ball is being smashed out of the park.
No, no, but when did, like, whom did he replace? He replaced Virender Sehwag and Gautam Gambhir. Like, Virender Sehwag, and everyone said that how can someone replace Virender Sehwag? Look, no one is bigger than the
Fair
game,
enough.
and it's very fair that since Rohit took someone's place, someone else will take his place. And look at the players waiting in the wings. There is
Yeah.
Yashasvi Jaiswal, there is Vaibhav Suryavanshi. I mean, we should tell Rohit Sharma that, look, buddy, you did a great job for India. There was a time in the phase,
So
2012, 13, 14, 15, whenever you came, he scored big. And he not only scored big, he scored huge. And he was one of the top batsmen. But everything has got a time. And
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't pick and choose. And it's very sad to see, you asking players, why not is he retiring? Then you say, why is he retiring?
Mr. Rawat, how credible do you think these reports are that are emerging out of England at this point in time?
I'm sure someone is leaking the news, and I'm sure that the journalists over there, they are, the best way to read a team's preparation is when you go to the net practice. You see who are the players who are batting initially, then who are bowling. So you get a team idea. Just if you are a good journalist, you just observe the nets and you understand what is happening there. So I'm sure the news that are coming from very reliable sources. And there is no point, even I know for a sure that the team has said, and looking at the kind of relationship that Gautam Gambhir has had with senior players, and there is a message clear that, look, we don't want him, but if BCCI wants him to continue, we will just raise our hand.
Rohit's recent ODI performances, we have his last ODI, figures, we'll flash them on our screens as well, but have Rohit's recent ODI performances made this decision easier for the selectors, regardless of his long-standing legacy? What's your take on that?
Look, what happens when you are at this very fag end of your career is that, look, had he been a 18-year-old, we would have told, he's just a beginner. Let him do. So these scores won't harm you as a beginner. But when you are a fag end, there's a kind of responsibility and there's a kind of role that you have. And I still feel that, whether Rohit Sharma or Yashasvi Jaiswal or anyone who comes, it's not how he plays, it's what role he has. And he has not been able to capitalize that role that he has. And also, there's a reason that people want your team to win, because if a team is winning, these failures just hide somewhere. But if you keep losing, then these failures just become more and more bigger. And being a senior and more decorated player, you are the one who is going to come under fire. So I personally feel that it's quite fair that he is being criticized because there is a certain role that he has not been able to perform. And now what I am seeing is the one Rohit, we call him Hitman, who used to dominate, is just trying to survive there, giving himself more time, and then he's getting out. So last match, I think he got 26 from 45 deliveries, which is very odd. So he's just trying to struggle there. And you don't want to see such a star player struggling over there.
And you can see that difference because on the other end was Shubman Gill with those cracking shots, something that we've seen Rohit Sharma play himself. But you see, this is turning out to be a situation, Mr. Rawat, where a great player eventually reaches a stage, and we've got some other examples as well, a great player that eventually reaches a stage where the team has to move on before the player is actually ready to move on. And I think that Dark Knight quote again comes in handy.
And I don't understand why it is so difficult. Maybe look, my hundreds of crores are not on online, so I can easily say that. Look, why don't he? Why? But his captaincy is not. He doesn't know where does he play the IPL in, because in Mumbai, everyone knows what happened with him. They took away the captaincy and gave it to Hardik Pandya. So his future is there in doubt. His crores of monies of investment is in doubt, and his legacy is in doubt. So I'm sure he has so much on stake, because once you retire from all the formats, even the IPL team franchises want to give captaincy to those players whom they see as a captaincy material for Team India or a permanent member in Team India. So I'm sure there's a lot of stake for Rohit Sharma. But of all the people,
what happens, Mr. Rawat, if at Lords he comes out smashing a double hundred? I mean, I know I'm putting in a hypothetical situation.
That would be a bigger stage to retire. I think that would be a bigger stage to retire. Whether he scores a double hundred, whether he scores a duck, I think he should just leave it gracefully. Or if he is not, then I think he should leave his fate to the selectors. I mean, you can't dictate your terms when you're not performing well.
Okay. And Yashasvi Jaiswal, one of those, shining young talent that's coming out. If, let's say, Yashasvi Jaiswal doesn't get the next 15 to 20 ODIs, when exactly does India prepare him for the next World Cup? That's a big question as well for the selectors.
Look, I always have a feeling. Look, we have always grown up in a system where West Indies was just fading out, and Australia started dominating in '96 when they had this team of invincible heroes. And they have a cycle of World Cup to World Cup. Now, if captain feels that, or the coach feels where Gautam Gambhir has made the captain redundant and he has made the manager more important, where he feels that, look, yeah, I don't find him fit for this kind of cricket. So let's accept this. And I find it, I mean, from Rohit Sharma, the kind of person we know, he forgets things. He's such jovial in nature. He has got this easy life. I'm finding it very difficult what's making him hang back.
Rohit won won India the ICC trophy just about a year ago, Mr. Rawat. I mean, and that's why people are questioning, is it a little too early to be calling curtains on this
So why did you sack? So why did you sack Surya Kumar? I mean, and that too, his performance was not so bad in international matches. He just failed in the IPL, and you sacked the captain who has just won you a World Cup just 6 months back. So let's not understand that just because I won a captaincy, so it becomes my right. And also look at the youngsters. I always feel that the game moves on. They need stars like Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. It's okay. But in India, just look at the options that we have. Don't you think it is injustice for us, a Yashasvi Jaiswal? I mean, he's playing a form of his life. What if when Rohit just keeps going, and by the time Yashasvi gets a chance, he himself gets out of form. So it's not fair for the youngsters. Someone left a place for Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma should do the same for a youngster.
It's going to be interesting to see what is going to actually happen at Lord's. But my, closing question to you would be, do you think Indian cricket is finally becoming that ruthless machine? It's becoming ruthless in the sense that we're starting to take those hefty calls on players, or would you call it being finally becoming professional?
No, it's not about, we were always professional, and that's why we always have to take a professional decision and not a sentimental decision. Nobody is asking why Virat Kohli is not quitting. Though I always felt that he had more test cricket in him, but they allowed him to go. So, and also this culture where maybe some other coach would have not done anything, but Gautam Gambhir, he wants to make the captain redundant and run it like a football, where manager is everything. So I feel that it's not about being professional or being ruthless. It's just, I mean, he's 39. He's going to get 40. I mean, everything has an age, and he has aged. He's just not performing. Let's understand this. It's not that he's 39. He's scoring centuries like Virat Kohli, and we want him to go. He's just not performing.
All right, then let's hope that, things or the narrative, does it change overnight after a good performance at the Lords? That's one thing we'll have to wait and find out. You're suggesting that it should be a graceful exit. That's the biggest stage for him to bow out.
Even if he makes a 200, even if he makes a 200, 250, I think he should. And that would be the best stage to do it.
Every great chapter, Mr. Rawat, eventually reaches that final chapter. But has that final chapter come for the hitman? The debate isn't just whether Rohit Sharma should go, but whether one of India's greatest white ball cricketers, somebody who changed the approach of fearless cricketing, deserves a clearer, a more fitting farewell. I think those questions will keep coming, but you're suggesting that these are reliable sources. Let's wait and find out exactly what happens. Mahavir Rawat, cricket journalist, many thanks for speaking to us here on News9. All right, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of In Your Interest. We're going to catch you again next week. Many thanks for watching. Top developments right on the other side.